There's so much to talk about in childhood nostalgia. The 2010s is full of some of the best memories and times to be alive. This is part 2 to childhood nostalgia. I spent hours on the Wii with my sister, and the sensor bar was so annoying.
Bruh.
It took like 10 minutes just to connect the controllers, and the batteries were always dead. My mom bought us 2 games. The first one was Wii Party. My favorite game was the board game one, but it was only fun if I won. And the second game was Super Smash Bros. I always played
Kirby!
I would always just spam the hammer. This is probably shocking, but I didn't really grow up watching SpongeBob. Instead, I watched countless hours of Dragon Tales, which is basically a show about talking dragons, the classic Johnny Test, Wild Kratts, and Danny Phantom. I loved the Scholastic Book Fair, and it was definitely not because I liked books. I would immediately go to the toys and gadgets section and try to find the invisible ink pen. Basically, you can write anything with it, and it could only be visible with the UV light at the end. I remember writing all over the walls in my house. I only brought a couple of dollars, and that was one of the only things I could buy that was an eraser. The only books I would even consider buying was Diary of a Wimpy Kid and the Who Would Win books. I talked about Minecraft in my last nostalgia video, but I have to talk about Herobrine. I watched videos of people encountering Herobrine and even tutorials on how to summon him. And you know, my frontal lobe barely developed, so that was 100% real. I was so sad when it didn't work. In elementary school, everyone brought their own lunch in lunch boxes, except for that one kid that brought Lunchables. That probably doesn't sound that good, but at that age, it was considered a delicacy. I personally wasn't too appealed by it after watching a girl spread the pizza sauce with her finger on the pale dough, sprinkling unmelted cheese on it and placing cold pepperoni on top. After lunch was over, the kids at the front of the tables were responsible for putting the lunch boxes on the cart. These 2 girls would always put the girls' lunches on the top and the boys' on the bottom. The best days would be what my school called special lunches. In the beginning of the year, my parents would fill out a form paying for each individual special lunch, and when the day arrived, every kid who wanted one would get it. The best was Dairy Queen. I would get the cheeseburger and chips, and the Starkist ice cream. Recently, I logged back into Roblox, and so much has changed since I was a kid. There's voice features and the games are... My first account was made in 2013. I miss when there was ticks and you could exchange them for Robux. Now I have a grand total of 0 Robux. My favorite games were Speedrun, Prison Life, Ice Tycoon, Hide and Seek Extreme, and Build a Boat for Treasure. Wow, this really brings me back. I had one of those things that helped you make a mega bracelet, and people would show off their bracelets at school. It got banned at my school after a kid started to sell them during recess. Well, that's it for part 2 of childhood nostalgia. Time definitely feels like it's going by quickly, but I'll see you guys in the next video. Okay, bye.